name is Alex C. I'm here with CNN Eyewitness News. And today we are walking down this lovely, marvelous path that leads to the home of an expert on Jean-Jacques Rousseau who wanted to remain anonymous and calls himself Mr. K. As we continue down this path, you will see lovely looking trees. Eventually, we are supposed to be led up a staircase into his home. Follow me. Mr. K. Mr. K. Mr. K. Mr. K.
Oui,
Is it you?
oui, je suis Mr. K. Et vous?
I'm Alex City with CNN Eyewitness News.
Hello.
Is this the place we're going to be conducting the interview?
Yes. Right here.
Would you happen to have an outlet or something that we can plug in our lights?
I would like to stay true to the essence of my idol, Jean-Jacques Rousseau, and just conduct this interview with the light of a beautiful candle, if you don't mind.
It would not be a problem at all.
Très bien.
Would you mind if I take a seat?
Asseyez-vous, monsieur.
Thank you. So, shall we begin the interview?
Yes, with pleasure.
So we're gonna start out with some basic questions. When and where was Mr. Rousseau born?
Well, you know, that's an interesting question because a lot of people think that Jean-Jacques Rousseau was French, but actually he was born in Switzerland, in Geneva, on 1712, like in June 28, 1712, and he passed suddenly, actually, in Ermenonville. Ermenonville is a little town about 30 minutes north of Paris, an amazing forest, you know. Jean-Jacques Rousseau was a lover of nature, and he died in July 2nd, 1778.
Thank you. And now for a slightly tougher question. Exactly what was his line of work?
Well, you know, it's Monsieur Sidi. It's difficult to refer to Jean-Jacques Rousseau as what was his line of work. Really, I mean, philosopher. He was a writer. He was a composer, and so it's not easy. I mean, his novels basically inspired the romantic generation. He was one of the Les Romantiques, and he also inspired every actors of the French Revolution. Not only the people that were following his trend, but also the people that were condemning him were actually lover of his novels. So he just revolutionized taste. First in music, because he wrote an opera at a young age, and then in all the other art. He had a profound impact on people's life. He opened the eyes of parents and toward their children and said, you know, this is a new way. We have to teach our children something different. You know, opening new interest in their eyes, and it was really interesting. You know, is is someone that loved. He loved from his heart. He loved people from his heart. He loved nature from his heart. It was, someone that also, even if he was a fervent believer in other natural spirit, he was a Catholic and actually after that become a Protestant. But he just opens men's eyes to the beauties of nature and basically made liberty the object of all of his aspiration.
Thank you for the insight on the two works you just previously mentioned, though. To my knowledge, the Contrat Social is by far his most notable work. So, would you mind telling us a little bit about that and maybe about his view of democracy and how he thinks of it?
Aha! Good job, young city. You're right. Le Contrat Social is probably his final biggest work. I mean, it's been considered, by many, the founding text of the French Republic. But really, it's all about his politic views on what that people are free and they are free to think, and it's not the king that dispose of his way of thinking. So that to me is the important thing of du contrat social. I mean, truly. So basically, what is trying to find the contrat social is trying to the founding legitimate authority among men, and how a free man, can be submissive to an authority, because it's the nature of politics, but without losing his freedom, because man is naturally free. So this is truly what this is truly the new idea that came out of Le Contrat Social.
Sorry to interrupt you, Mr. K, though I was just informed by CNN HQ in Washington that the Huffington Post business section posted an article named The Politics of Business. And Jean-Jacques Rousseau, the one and only, was mentioned in the contents of the article. The article stated that the ancient Greek philosophers seemed to intuitively understand human beings. Thomas Hobbes, John Locke, and one and only Jean-Jacques Rousseau also understood human beings. Understanding their philosophies can be the key to understanding businesses, because people are a company and a country's greatest asset. Well, Mr. K, that was an interesting interview. And thank you for your time, but we must get going.
It was a grand pleasure to have such a fine young man, fine jeune homme, interested in the life of Jean-Jacques Rousseau. And merci d'être venu. And anytime, you're always welcome in my home.
Thank you for flattering me, Mr. K.
Merci, monsieur.
I will be on my way.
And I do appreciate that you let me stay anonymous. Thank you. Merci.
No problem.
Au revoir, monsieur.
Goodbye.
C'est un plaisir.